Well, I'd been struggling with glasses and contacts for over 10 years until I met our next guest, and he really changed my life. And he could do the same for you too. Joining us this morning is Dr. Edward Rashid, board certified ophthalmologist. Sir, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me, especially on the day where we got free Big Macs.
Big Macs, exactly. We've got some breakfast for you too right after the segment. Dr. Rashid, it's so good to see you. As I said before, I met you about a year and a half ago, and you really changed my life. You probably get that quite a bit.
Well, it's an exciting operation for patients who have struggled with contacts and glasses for years and have finally made the decision to have some sort of surgery to change all of this. It really is a life-changing experience for almost everybody.
And it's simple things like waking up in the morning and looking at your alarm clock and being able to see what the numbers are on your alarm clock. Simple things like that that you take for granted, I think, after a while, and then when you're able to see it again, it's truly amazing.
Well, I'm so glad that you've done very well. You were an exceptional patient, and you've done very well, and I'm sure you're still enjoying it and will for many, many more years.
And I talk about it all the time. People ask me all the time about it because there has been so many technological advancements with LASIK surgery, and we're going to go through those. There's the LASIK surgery and then the laser surgery. Is that right?
Yes. The traditional way that we've done LASIK for years is it's a two-part procedure. The first part is to actually make a flap of tissue.
We're taking a look at some video here.
And you can see that's with the original blade that many people still use and is quite effective. But the big advance is this laser that makes it so much more predictable and so much easier on the patient and the surgeon. And you can see the flap being created, and now that the laser is actually being used to change the curvature of the cornea. And there have been tremendous advances not only in the way we make the flap, but even in the last year, the way we use the lasers to change the front curve of the cornea.
I will be the first to admit that the idea of having a blade go to my eye was terrifying to me, and that's why. And it's still being done, and like you said, it's still being done with great success. And that's why I think the laser for a lot of people gives them a little peace of mind.
Well, I think it gives patients a lot of peace of mind. Just the idea of a more advanced technology, the idea that there won't be any blades almost in the operating room when you're having your surgery. I think fear of surgery for everybody is something that that holds us all back. And the easier the surgery is for the patient and the safer the surgery is for the patient, the more the patient feels like they can comfortably go under the procedure.
And you mentioned comfort. For people who are apprehensive about a procedure like this, what do you say to them?
Well, it is an individual choice, and each patient this is elective surgery, and each patient has to decide for themselves what their comfort level is. But as you know yourself, it really didn't take very long, and we didn't use any needles or shots to numb the eye. We used drops to numb the eye, and most people tell us that the most they feel is some pressure. So at the end of it all, they're already seeing well, and the next day they're even seeing better, and they can't believe that this has all gone on so quickly. It really is one of the most amazing operations ever developed in medicine.
And talk about the success rate, because for me, I mean, it was great. And as I said, the advancements in technology make it so much more precise that the success rate has to be pretty up there.
Well, it's very high. Probably greater than 95% of the patients are seeing 20/25 vision or better uncorrected, and those are very high numbers. Occasionally, a touch-up procedure needs to be done in that first year, but for most of the patients, it's usually a one-shot operation.
When I went in to talk to Dr. Rashid, I had to go through a consultation process because I needed to make sure that I was the right candidate, because some people are not able to have this surgery, but and you know, they go away probably a little sad that they can't have the surgery. But again, advancements in technology have allowed you to, now those people are able to have better vision as well with a new procedure.
Well, yes, there are a number of patients whose corneas are too flat or too thin, or who have some irregularity on the cornea, that LASIK may not be an indicated procedure. And in the last 10 years, really in Europe in the last 15 years, several implants have been designed that go inside the eye. They're almost like contact lenses, as you can see on the screen, with these little unusual edges on them. And in the eye, you can see what this implant looks like, and this is called the implantable Collamer lens by Star. And these patients have to, before they have surgery, have little openings put in the iris with a laser a few weeks before surgery so that the flow inside the eye is good. And then during the surgery, a very special viscoelastic, it's a kind of a gel, goes inside the eye to fill the chamber. And this is the lens itself actually being unfolded through a very small incision over the natural lens, which you can see with this patient whose eye is widely dilated. So it's very slowly unfolding, and you'll see it in the eye above the natural lens here in a second, and then you'll watch to see how those little edges get tucked under the colored part of the eye or the iris so that it can sit right in front. It vaults very gently over the front portion of the lens, and it's basically a permanent contact lens that goes inside the eye. And patients who are highly nearsighted, 4 to 5 times more than you were, who can't have LASIK, have done extremely well with this lens. It's been available now for about a year, and I've been very excited. I just did a gentleman who was a -16.5. You were a -3, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
So his vision was 5 times worse than yours, and we couldn't remove that much tissue from his cornea. So he was 20/15 on the day after surgery, and said this is the happiest day of his life.
It really, for myself as well, I was thrilled, changed my life. Now, for more information, of course, you can contact Dr. Rashid at 210-340-5058, or check out his website, seeitclearly.com. There are also some specials, free consultation plus $200 off your surgery. Give him a call to find out more. It really did change my life, Dr. Rashid. I owe you. I owe you a Big Mac. Can we get this man a Big Mac for changing my life?
Two Big Macs. And supersize it, please.
All right, thank you, Dr. Rashid.
Thank you very much.
Okay, after the break, I cruise in my dream car. Stay with us. We'll be right back.